So I was just popping on the server just to do a little maintenance housework type stuff when I noticed this mass of cobble, and digging into it a bit, there's a chest saying "Welcome to KotST, Cthulhu and Bob." Cthulu Too is one of the players on here. He just in a recent "Don't Starve" video of his, he gave me quite a nice shout out. So this is me returning the favour. Cthulu Too, he's quite good. I like his style. His Don't Starve ones are fun. And he's doing a multiplayer Capture the Monument flag with PMS proxy. So if I remember, I'll leave a link in the description here. But you should be able to find his stuff pretty easily. So, what have they left me? Let's find out. Lots of lapis. Oh, and lots of iron. That's quite nice. That's a lot of iron. Each of those blocks is 9 iron ingots, so that's 9 stacks of iron right there. And it's the same with the lapis blocks. Each one is 9. So, excellent. He's actually online right now, so I will just go... Thanks for the iron and lapis. Cthulhu. No, Cthulhu. I have no idea how that's normally spelled, but that's how he's spelling it. Maybe I'll just call him Kth for short. Oh, and I actually spelt it wrong anyway, because it's CTH. I will call him Kth for short, maybe Cuthbert. So anyway, this is all I've done with the basement so far. I recentered this, because it turned out this... I've recentered this because it turned out this was not actually in the centre of my plot properly. So I've got the walls all set up now. This is to the extent of my plot. My plan is that the inside will eventually just be completely hollowed out with floors every... What is that? There's a half slab there, so we'll call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So floors every 6, and I might have farms and stuff further up. It is horrid and raining there. Cthulhu Too said, "You're welcome. It's not much, but I had plenty extra." Yeah, I should actually put this stuff away safe. So, as I said, all I've done so far is hollow out the basement, but I do have an idea of what I want. 2 things. One, I'm going to recreate at some point my lighthouse, and I want it to be high enough that it will be visible from most of the places in the surrounds. But I don't want the building to be so big that it will dominate the skyline, because that's a little obnoxious, especially because there's someone, someone's house right next to mine. There will be someone else's house right next to mine over there, etc., etc. So it wants to be tall, but not bulky. And so what I've decided to try and do is go for a double helix. So I'm going to plot out 2 circles. The inner one will be a diameter of 12, the outer one will be a diameter of 18. And I'm going to try and make a double helix platform that's going to spiral up. This quick drop and elevator shaft will continue further up into the sky to the top of this thing. But I'm not sure how tall I'm going to have it yet. I'm just going to judge that by eye as I build it. So the first thing I want to do is plot out the inner dimension. I'm probably going to make it out of sandstone because it's a nice light colour. So again, it won't be too dominating. It's a nice contrast to the grass, and it doesn't burn. So diameter of 12, we want to go 6 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't know where those spiders are. And then I think it needs to be 4 either side of that line. So now we go. Let's just dig it out to start with, shall we? So we go 2, 2, no, 2 I said. The advantage of this shovel is it has silk touch on it, so I get grass back straight away every time. So that is just 2, 2, and then 4. Got to sort of dig at maximum distance with this thing. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the inner circle that I'm doing here. I didn't want the whole thing to be too big. So the inner circle isn't very circular because that's the nature of Minecraft pixelated stuff. But the outer one should be a little more circular. I may have to remove my tree farm. Okay, there we go. Now the other thing I thought would be good with the double helix is one of the branches is going to have a minecart track on, so you can go all the way up and spiral all the way down if you want. And the double helix is probably going to extend all the way to bedrock as well eventually. And maybe the other side will have like a water slide. Unfortunately, you can't actually do boats because they break too easily. But you could just have like a water channel where you can just stand in and slowly go down if you want to see the sights of the server. Okay. I think I've done that right. Should I warn these people that I'm recording? Right, so now I've got to do the outer one. Now I'm using this really good website called Plots, which helps you design these things. Again, if I remember, I will put a link in the description. If I forget, just remind me in the comments and then I'll edit the description in. So this is going to have a width of 18. So it's going to be, what, another 6 out than I was before? Let me just check that one. No, it's a further 3 out than I was before. Ah, in that case, is 3 wide enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I need sort of handrails on either side. So there's going to be fence posts. Or at least on the outer side there'll be fence posts. The inner side is probably going to be where the track is, maybe? No. I could make this wider. But then it's really going to start to look a bit bulky. Oops. Let me have a think about this. I think I'll carry on with it at this size, and once it starts constructing, then I can always alter it if need be. How did he get here? Ah, there's no fence up there, is there? So the enemy can just drop straight down on me. Oh well. Have to try and secure that a little bit. And now I know that
few new people on the server.
Yeah, and now I know that you're recording. I've just started.
Oh, I figured you were already.
No. I don't record unless people know I'm recording.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, I was just doing some stuff on the server because I hadn't in a long time, and Ayaron joined up, so figured we might as well record a little bit together.
Yeah. We were just talking about his Don't Starve series and style of games in general, really.
Yeah, and now that you've started watching my videos, I should return the favor and watch a lot of yours. I've seen your new KotST videos, but that's about it. And
Well,
actually, when I was just recording, I was talking about what you and Proxy were up to and how hilarious and awesome that was.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, and apparently Ryan Fry is stripping on a Skype call. Oh dear.
What does that mean?
Taking his clothes off, I assume.
What? I have no.
Why is your pressure plate not working for me?
Where
That's
are
so
you?
weird. I can open the thing.
You're invisible.
I'm invisible?
Yeah.
Oh dear, I'm having issues.
I could see the gate opening and closing, but I can't see you. I had no idea you were here. That's why
Well,
I was.
Why could I interact with the gate and not with the pressure plate? That's really odd.
Well, it's like the other day I was when I was well my first day on here when I was with Tiny,
Mhm.
we were finding that creepers were reacting to us and blowing up, and yet we were both invisible to each other.
Weird. Well, let me relog real quick and see if I can fix this ghost issue.
Hmm.
That's very odd. So what have you been up to so far on the server besides, starting a ruckus and fighting the fuzz and all that?
I've mainly just been hollowing out my basement back there.
Okay. Should we go take a look at that?
Yeah, sure. If
I
you're
was down
back.
there earlier for dropping off a little bit of a welcoming present, but
Yeah. I recorded
should show
myself
me what.
opening that.
Oh, awesome.
Did
You
you?
should
Did you drop
explain
down
what you
already?
have.
Yes, you did.
I knew how to do it from watching your video.
Hello.
The first time I started coming down the long way, and then I was like, wait, can't I just drop down? So,
Yeah.
what plans do you have for the place down here? This is pretty awesome.
Okay. Well, my plan is up on the surface. I was just telling my viewers this. I want to build a recreation of my lighthouse that I've got in my single player world.
Oh, okay.
It's quite a nice design. You know, you actually get like a proper rotating light going round and round using redstone lamps.
Oh, nice. Do you have like a minecart behind there or something like
No,
that?
no. It's pure. It's pure redstone, so it
Pure
doesn't lag
redstone,
too much.
okay.
And now I can use a daylight sensor to make it kick in automatically every night.
Nice.
But I want it to be nice and visible from people's properties, but I don't want my building to be too large and obnoxious. So what I came up with is I'm going to make a double helix
Ooh.
that's going to be nice and tall, and then I'm also going to put a water slide and a minecart track so you can ride them down.
Nice.
And eventually it's going to come all the way down to bedrock.
Oh, man.
So the double helix will actually spiral all the way down.
Jeez, you're probably going to put more work in the spawn area than anybody else.
Well, it's going to take a long time to dig all this out, but
Yeah, no kidding.
obviously, anyone can help me dig this out because these walls here are to the edges of my plot, so
Oh, okay.
so anyone.
So
can
you
just,
want everything from here and above to be completely dug out?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I've
wow.
started on the second floor here already.
Okay.
If you go up
Well,
the
I would definitely be willing to help sometime. I've lost my really good work pick, like my efficiency 5 unbreaking 4. I have no
Mhm.
idea what happened to it, so I'm going to work on getting another one.
Mm.
But once I have that, I'd be more than happy to help out a little bit.
Each floor is essentially how far up you can dig standing on these half slabs.
Oh, smart. And then you just lay it down another
And then
row of half
yeah,
slabs.
and then the next row of half slabs goes right up there.
Looks like you hit a really nice pocket of gravel over here or something.
Yes,
Goes up pretty
yeah,
high.
yeah. And the advantage of there already being half slabs on the floor is that the gravel breaks automatically
Oh,
when
yeah,
it hits
never
the
thought of
ground,
that.
so
Very cool.
that can speed.
So you've got a
speed
little
that
bit of
stuff
work
up.
cut out for you.
Well, it's what I call donkey work. It's just mindless digging.
Yeah, very
It's a
true.
good thing to do if I just want to sit back and watch people's YouTube videos.
Oh, yep.
So I've got like a second monitor. So I just sort of my watch later list tends to run on the second monitor, and I can just be digging and working and grinding and doing stuff like that.
Nice. I really need to get me a second monitor. My first monitor is kind of crap as it is. It's barely an upgrade from CRT. So I've definitely gotta get in the game with that. But I assume second monitor is really nice.
Well, I actually have 3.
Rub it in.
Well, it's just I never threw out a monitor, so
Oh, I suppose.
so
Yeah, if there's nothing wrong with them, right?
And I've often had friends who are like saying, "Well, I've one of them I got from a friend. He bought himself a new monitor. He didn't want the old one anymore, and
Oh,
it's perfectly okay as a second monitor." So
right. Very cool. Are you into first-person shooters much? Like, do you use a setup for that?
do you mean actually using it as a wraparound vision?
Yeah, I've seen people with like battle stations
Yeah,
like that.
I do like first-person shooters. I've never tried playing with the proper wraparound vision. I tried. There's a photograph on my YouTube page which shows I tried Minecraft as a wraparound. Basically, you just get the window and stretch it sideways, but it didn't quite marry up properly, and it was making me a little bit seasick, which is
Well,
strange.
it's worth a
'Cause-
shot at least, right?
So it would be interesting to try it with an actual game which is actually programmed to use the multiple monitors, so it can actually take into
Yeah.
account the gap between the monitors and different heights they might be at, and so on.
A coworker of mine was telling me about some type of software that y- will actually help streamline that, and I think it needs to be specifically supported by your graphics card in whatever game you're playing.
Mm.
I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but he showed me some videos and it was pretty amazing. Like you get a much better field of vision than other people would. And I could see how that'd be really a leg up if you're playing Call of Duty or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not really into PvP first-person shooters. I just don't have
Okay.
I just don't have the killer instinct. I love co-op. It's like
Yes, I'm definitely with you on that one.
I was doing a Rainbow Six Las Vegas 2 with
Yes.
with Billy on my channel. We need to get back to that at some point.
I love that game. I haven't played it in forever, but when I was in college, my freshman roommate and I, that was like the one thing we bonded over was
Mm.
Rainbow Six. Oh, it was so much fun. We
I think I've
probably should have
played
studied more, but it was fun.
Yeah, I think I've played nearly all the Rainbow Six games dating back to the very first one.
Nice.
That's
I think
when
I've played that the first one and then Vegas 2, like you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah. The first one you used to spend all your time just planning the missions out.
Yep. Took a while.
You know,
It,
and it
it's crazy how much those kind of games have evolved over just the course of a few years. You know, when
mm,
you look back at the original Rainbow Six game and then what it's come to recently, it's ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on the like the multiplayer PvP stuff because it's one of those things where if you don't put a lot of time into it, you're not going to stand a chance, really.
Well, there's also the fact that if I'm playing PvP and I'm having a really good day, it's
Hmm.
because other players are having a really sucky day.
True.
And I just don't have that killer instinct. I want everyone to enjoy
I
themselves.
suppose. Well, it's a game, right? You're supposed to enjoy
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah,
Um,
if I do go and visit a friend and we're playing some Call of Duty or something online, and I'm just getting my butt handed to me, I know there's just like 12-year-olds on the other side of the screen that are spending 10 hours a day playing this game, and I
yeah.
have no chance.
Well, also, as we age, our reflexes slow down.
Yeah, let's not go there. It's true though. I don't have it like I used to. I'm
Mm.
so old. I used to love Halo and I was quite a good sniper with that, but then I don't think those skills really translate into the games they have nowadays.
Well, I tried playing a first-person shooter. I think it was Call of Duty or something like that
Mhm.
with an Xbox controller,
Okay.
and I could not do it. Could
Really?
not do it. I need a mouse. I can't play a first-person game using that little wiggly joystick thing. It's just not a hope.
I haven't really done much PC gaming wise. Like I've always had a pretty underpowered PC, so I've usually used consoles, and it's just now that I'm starting to actually get into PC gaming a little bit more.
Mm.
So
It
I really haven't gotten used to that
it
because I
can
used to be
it
pretty good.
can cost a bit, but in general, I
What?
find the games are cheaper because you can find a larger catalogue of older games online, nice and
Hmm.
cheap. And the cost of upgrading your PC, like if in like some people will, like every 3 or 4 years they will buy a brand new console. If
Right.
you just upgrade your PC every 3 or 4 years, it costs about the same.
And what I'm realizing now is like the initial cost may be more for a really good PC, but you can use it for so much more than movies and games too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a computer. You can do pretty much everything on it. So
Hmm.
I'm starting to realize that consoles are kind of a crapshoot for your money because
Yeah.
they do get outdated pretty quickly and you can't upgrade them.
Hmm.
So
Especially
yeah,
especially now. I mean, Steam have got like this, what they call the big picture interface now,
I haven't tried
whereby
that out yet.
if you've got your PC hooked up to a television, which via HDMI cable these days is real easy,
Right.
you can actually, sit back and play your games with your controller.
Oh, okay.
So if your
Yeah.
PC is in your living room or where your telly is, for your more console style games, you can just sit back and do it. And
Very true.
Steam are even going so far as to bring out a Steam box, which will be essentially a cut down gaming PC. So,
Wow.
which is designed to just run Steam.
Very cool. It's neat how the crossover is kind of happening between gaming and just, general entertainment.
Mm.
It seems like there's a lot of combination going on and there's really not much of a separation anymore. Gaming is a pretty big deal now. I mean, when huge budget games are like basically have the budget of movies and stuff like that, it's a big deal. So what other kind of stuff do you like to play? I found myself mostly doing just the stuff I play for my channel, and I
Hmm.
don't really have a lot of time outside of that. But what kind of stuff
Yeah,
do you get
yeah.
into?
I find that I'm doing that. It's, I mean, I've got a job. Um,
Yeah, those always get in the way.
I also, unfortunately, my health isn't as best as it could be.
Oh,
So so my energy levels can sometimes fail me. So the time I've got to play computer stuff, cobble
hmm.
goes up here. By the way,
Okay. How about Smooth Stone? I've got a silk
in this
touch
one
pick
here,
right now. Okay.
say that'll save me having to cook it up later. That'll be good.
Yeah, no kidding.
So most of the gaming I do is for recording on the channel. So I'm waiting. I used to play a lot of Kerbal Space Program.
Oh, really?
I'm waiting for the campaign mode to come out. If any of my viewers listening were thinking, "Am I ever going to play that again?" Um, I was finding the lack of direction. It's like, it's all very well and good just making your spaceships going and exploring and so on, but I really wanted more of a direction to the game. So I'm waiting for career mode, the campaign mode, to come out, whereby you actually have to do research and have budgets
Ah.
and
No,
actually.
I've only seen a little bit of that game from some other YouTubers, and to me, it doesn't seem all that interesting. But is it more fun to actually play it yourself,
um you
or
have to
is it
like
just that
space
type of
stuff.
game?
Um,
Okay.
and learning, about orbital mechanics. The fact that now if you stuck me in the space shuttle, I would at least know how, I was meant to burn in order to do various maneuvers and so on. It's pretty cool.
Gotcha. So it's fairly realistic then you'd say?
Yes, yeah, it's based on an
Okay.
actual physics model. I mean, the Kerbal planet is, I think it's a third the size of Earth, so gravity's a little lower. It's a little easier to get into space and so on.
Okay.
They haven't added re-entry heating yet, but it is proper orbital mechanics, and it
Okay,
is,
in that case I could see getting into that a little bit more.
and you basically get all the components for your rockets, and you build and design your rockets however you want. So,
Hmm. Okay, maybe I didn't give it enough credit. That does sound kind of cool.
well, I would recommend watching my Let's Play.
I just may do that.
Do you want to
I
show me
tend to
your
be more
base?
of a sci-fi kind of space person and not really the realistic space, but I
Mm,
could see that being
yeah,
interesting.
I loved Elite back in the day. The
What was that?
original Elite, the computer
I'm
game.
not familiar with that.
It's the original space trading combat game.
Oh, cool.
I mean, all the ones like X Final Frontier or Wing Commander Privateer, or even games like what's that one? That massive multiplayer one where everyone's in the same universe and it's all to do with trading and stuff.
I don't know. That's kind of out of my
Eve Online,
wheelhouse.
Eve Online. All those
Okay.
games probably wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Elite. It's
Oh,
just.
wow. That's like a whole genre of games I'm just not aware of, apparently.
Mm. Well,
Interesting.
if you like your sci-fi spaceships and stuff, I mean,
Hmm.
your space trading combat games are pretty good. I mean, most of them follow the same thing in that you start off with a pretty crappy trader with just like a single laser, and then you buy and sell goods, and you try and upgrade your ship, and you can become a pirate or go on missions or just be a trader. Or
Dang, I've been missing out. That
Hmm.
sounds kind of cool, actually.
Do you want to show me your base?
Oh, we can. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to see, but I can show you around a little bit.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, this is Silva Logs. Derp. Oh, one thing I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I could join you and Proxy in your band of degenerates and
Well,
general
I think we're recruiting.
ruckus-inducing
I
people.
mean, you are an elder god, you know, one of the
Very true.
unspeakable ones. I mean, when it comes to being part of the underground, you're sort of the king.
I was supposed so. More underwater, but I'll take underground too. Because I was talking or I was trying to talk to the Cirque because he's from my state and I was going to give him a chance to see if he wanted to team up and be Fuzz and whatnot, but he's kind of giving me the cold shoulder. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just swing the other way and stick it to the man a little bit with you guys.
Hmm.
Could be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Plus, I've kind of run out of things to do on the server since I'm pretty much set up already and I'm not much of a builder, so I could
Mm.
use a little bit of trouble.
Well, once I finish my base there, I plan on making another base out in the distance
Oh,
somewhere.
yes. You might have to do that originally just to get enough resources for the kind of stuff you want to do.
That is that was my thought, that if I just hollow out that 30 by 30 square.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get enough just straight building resources, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna use for material, do you think? Is it
Um,
gonna be like stone bricks and
I was
stuff?
thinking sandstone because
Oh,
I thought it would be a nice color. It doesn't burn. It's
you could just
relatively.
take down Mogully's place here then and get a lot of his sandstone. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
I think he might.
So here's my little spawn place I haven't really touched in a long time.
Oh, this is the Tudor house.
The what?
The Tudor house.
Oh, I thought you said cheater house.
No, no, no. Tudor. Tudor.
Oh, yes, yes.
Tudor.
I
Where have you gone?
suppose, yeah, that's what I was going for. I saw a couple pictures on Reddit and stuff. I'm like,
Mhm.
I've always really enjoyed this style of house. So I thought, you know what? This is Minecraft. I can make whatever the heck I want to. Let's go ahead and
Mhm.
try it out.
That's nice.
It's decent, I hope. And one thing I want to do is because I'm Cthulhu and I'm sort of creepy in character, I want to like build up to the height limit and block off the sun, and then kind of like put some cobwebs up and just make it creepy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'll give you something to do.
So when you're here in your plot, it'll always be shady and
Exactly.
full of mobs.
And just look foreboding. I might have like a little bit of light just to keep the spawning down, but yeah, it could be kind of fun. But yeah, I haven't really done anything on the inside. A
Be
little
careful
creeper
with the
decided
fireplace.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, one time Mogully was chatting with me. He's like, I'm just gonna install a fireplace in your wooden house. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, first
He was
multiplayer we ever did. I spent ages making a house with nice
Oh,
walls and
cool.
everything, and because I wanted the walls to be different colours, they were all made of wool.
Mhm.
And then I put a fireplace in it, and I thought I understood how fire spread works.
I never understand it. Once I figure it out, they change it, and then I'm just
Yeah.
yeah. There's really not much down there. When I first joined the server, I made a little dirt shack, and I lived in there for a while, and this was the basement I had, and then
Yeah.
I just kind of left it as is. So not much to see here. I should probably spruce it up a little bit, but I never get around to it.
Some furniture, perhaps.
Yes, I definitely need to do that.
A library up here, perhaps, with an enchanting area and.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm not sure if anybody has like a full enchanting setup here at spawn, so that might be something nice to do. Something that people can use. I assume you've already gotten a full-on tour and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Tiny gave me that my first day on, so.
Cool. Would you like to see my actual base
Yeah, sure.
through the spawn hub? Have you started digging another tunnel or anything
I
like
haven't,
that?
no, yet. I have to scout out where my base is going to be first.
Yeah, there's probably not a lot of options nearby because we have a decent number of people now, and there have been a lot of previous members too that have dug out in one way or another. So
PMS Proxy was telling me that not many people have gone south, so.
true, south, and I think maybe north might not be the worst option either. But yeah, you're probably going to run into random stuff as you're digging through and trying to find new places. So, my place is a little messy with quartz right now because I got gifted a ton of quartz by some people, and when I was placing it down and starting to use fortune picks on it, I realized that my good fortune pick was gone. So I'm kind of in between right now. I guess I could silk touch it up. But apparently Tiny, quote-unquote, borrowed my good fortune pick and then died in the nether with it, and then Wogscraft helped rescue all the stuff. So now Wogs has it somewhere, but he's on Australian time, so I almost never see him. So it'll be interesting getting that back.
For where my base wants to be, what I'm actually interested in is what it's like in the nether there. Because what I want is... Do you know of any lava oceans in the nether? Like an ocean so large where you can't see the edges at all?
I haven't spent a ton of time in the nether, so even if I have seen one like that, I couldn't tell you where exactly.
So your base is entirely underground, I see.
Yes. I initially wanted to go for a really cool underwater base that you could kind of like see a dome from the surface of the water, and then I realized my building skills aren't very good.
A lot of work.
So it's mostly
done into
just an
this tunnel.
underground. Oh, yep.
I
got
like the
bored.
spiral.
Thank you. It's supposed to be like a descent into madness or something like that, but I haven't quite finished it up yet. I think I want to put some obsidian, maybe another type of material in there too. But yeah, this is my quartz that I'm halfway through right now.
Yeah, I don't have a fortune pick, so I can't help.
Oh, that's fine. I'll get one back eventually. Storage room. I was goofing around with the hoppers when they first came out, and I haven't fixed that up yet. And there was this ravine right underneath, so I thought that was pretty cool, and I just decided to glass it over.
Yeah, it's a nice
Uh,
floor feature.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Something to
I didn't
feature on.
realize you could put frames directly on the chests.
Yes, shift click. It made me so happy when they added that in.
I have to remember that because I'm eventually going to be redesigning my storage in my single player.
Nice.
I
What
want,
I should do is start working with the trapped chests too, so I can get the storage even tighter together.
yeah, I've never actually made one of those.
Neither have I. I think it's a chest with like a tripwire in the middle or something like that. I don't even
Yeah.
know exactly. But I'm a little bit colorblind, so I cannot tell the difference between the two chests.
Mm.
And I'm playing Inferno Mines right now, which is one of those super hostile maps, and
Yeah.
sometimes there's trapped chests, and I have no idea which is which, so I always have to get proxy to find out for me. Back here is a double. What the? Okay, this is from Ryder Tyler. Back here is a double cave spider spawner that I eventually want to turn into a grinder because I'm pretty sure. I mean, this is my storage room right back here. I'm pretty sure if I'm spending time in there, then they'll both be within range.
Hmm.
But oh, there's a chest in here. The heck? I gotta go figure out what this is. But I've got it lit up now, so I can turn it on and off.
Yeah,
That's
I've never
about as far
found a
as I've
double
gotten.
one.
Ooh, it's a diamond.
These are nicely
Um,
positioned. Nice, easy
yeah,
water streams for them.
no kidding.
Although I think
So
you've
I may
reduced
work
your
on this.
spawn rate slightly because you've only gone 2 in this direction.
Oh, I guess I could push that out, couldn't I?
They should go at least. Well, the spawning officially it's 3 in 2 of the directions and 4 away in the other 2 directions. But I always forget which is which, so I just go 3 by 3. So 3
That's a
out
good
from
idea.
it in
I
each
I
direction.
do need to talk to Proxy about this because she's just recently set up a grinder just like this, and she
Hmm.
got really into it and did a really good job of it. So if I ever feel
I
like
don't have
finishing it up,
any ender pearls.
oh, well, you're out of luck then, aren't you, buddy? No.
Oh, yeah, I'll just break
Here we
these.
go. Yeah, just break the spawners, sure, no problem. Oh, there's another shack down here.
Do you have a
Oh,
You've got a thingy, a nether star,
oh yes, I have a
a
couple
beacon.
beacons. Yeah, I've got speed and haste right now. I have one more beacon that I haven't installed yet.
I thought I was
And
moving a bit quick.
the thing I've realized about beacons is most of the effects that are useful are not really useful when you're in your own base. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm rarely going to use haste because I don't really have to do any digging anymore. Speed is okay, but like regen and all that stuff doesn't really do you much good. You kind of need it out in the wild or something like that.
Hmm. Jump would be
Oh,
useful.
true, I could
Just
play around with that.
just help you get around and so on if you're
That
building
would be kind
stuff.
of fun to make a base that you have to have the jump boost to be able to get around in.
But of
Might be
course,
kind of
anyone
fun.
who goes to your base, or you could make it so there's like a secret switch by the entrance which
Oh,
turns the beacon
the
on or
beacon?
off.
I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, you could just place or replace one of those iron blocks, right?
Hmm.
To turn it on or off. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I think you can just piston it in and so on.
Well, if you're not going to use that idea, I might.
Yeah, go
If
for
I
it.
ever build something
Nice
else.
haul.
Thank you.
I like
Yeah,
the.
so
Oh, I like that. It's like they're hanging on chains.
that's what I was going for. Yeah. So up above
Hi,
here,
Fraser.
above the ceiling is the ocean, and I was thinking maybe like punching a hole in it and having glass there to make it kind of look a little ruined or something like that, but I haven't quite
Mm.
gotten there yet.
I like the water though dripping from the ceiling. It's a
Oh,
nice
I have that disabled
it's a
usually,
nice
so I
additional
don't
effect.
catch it.
It's like
Yes, this is my deep hall,
this is all
is what it's
dank
supposed to be.
and so on.
Exactly. And up above here, it's supposed to be a moose head. I had seen a picture of it on Reddit, and because of this fire spread we're talking about, if I have stairs there, they always burn.
Mm.
So I think I need to set my fire in a little bit more, but that's just kind of a placeholder.
Or put the moose head slightly taller.
Yeah, I could do that too, I suppose. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I've done around here. I do have mining way down further there, but that's not too terribly interesting. And I found out that this actually is not very far away from spawn. It's not nearly as far out as I meant to go, but it's not a big deal. Not too many other people around.
Hmm.
So that's your little tour.
Thanks. It's nice.
Why, thank you. I definitely need to find a new building project. I might want to do some kind of flying ship, even though everybody and their brother has made one of those. I do find them pretty cool. Maybe when Tiny finishes
What
the sky area, I
what
should
style
build
of ship?
something. I don't know. I really like the steampunk style, so I might try
Mm.
something like that.
Well, you could yeah, I mean, you could like either have one moored up against his floating island, or one that's heading to it, or something.
True. That could be cool. Something you have to ender pearl to get to, or something like that.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of fun because I need to expand my building chops because this is about as interesting as I've gotten with my builds in the past, and it's
Yeah.
still fairly plain. So I need to practice more.
Do you have any plans for the hoppers, or were you just experimenting?
I was just goofing around with it when it first came out. I want to do something at the ender where you can dump your extra pearls into a chest and it'll just like spit them out into the void to get rid of them.
Hmm.
Because otherwise that place gets really just jam-packed full of pearls.
That's easy enough to do.
Yeah, I figured that'd be a good starting thing. I just have to get some kind of tick going to, continually
No, no,
activate the
no.
hopper.
You can just you get a you can actually have a comparator coming out of your dropper, which
Oh yeah.
then cycles its redstone signal back both to the dropper and to the side of the comparator. And
Oh,
that
that's
means
perfect.
whenever there's anything in the dropper, it will tick on and off.
Oh, that's perfect. I
So
yeah, I haven't read up on the comparators at all, so I
I
had no
I
idea.
did that in when I was making my auto furnace in my single let's play,
That's another
because
thing that'd be fun.
I wanted my input chests to be at ground level, but they had to transport the fuel all the way up to where the to drop down into the hoppers and so on. So
Right.
I used this sort of circular thing
Oh, that's
to do that,
perfect. Okay, I
and that way it
that
doesn't tick unless there's something actually there to dump.
wow, so they were really thinking about that kind of stuff ahead of time. I
Mm.
appreciate that. Thanks, Mojang. Yeah, I need to do something with redstone. It's cool and I really haven't utilized it very much. So that gives me some good ideas, definitely. Let's see. I assume you've seen the Ender and all that already?
Yes, yeah, I've been shown
Okay,
all that stuff. So
very cool. Alrighty. Let's see. What do you and Proxy have any plans for causing trouble on the server?
um, we didn't really come up with much concrete yet. We know that we need to make a new secret base, seeing as her stash was discovered.
Very true. I thought that was so hilarious. That's a great way to.
Oh,
Oops, my bad.
and I'm going
That's a
back
great
down
way to
again.
start up the server is getting some good pranks going. Some clever pranks too, because up until now, most of the pranks involve putting a lot of X block type in someone's base,
That isn't a
which
prank. That's
no,
that's griefing. It's
it gets a little old. Yeah, I logged in one time and my base was completely full of crafting tables, which was a lot of fun.
yeah. Well, at least it's non-destructive, but
Right. Yeah,
if it's not
destructive
going to raise
pranks are.
it should raise a chuckle,
Exactly.
and not just
Which,
exasperation.
which is something that we've been lacking on the server, I think. So, yeah, some clever pranks are more than welcome. Yeah, destructive pranks are strictly forbidden and will result in bans. So thankfully we haven't had any of that yet. So let's see. I have yet to actually hang out with the Cirque at all. And we also have Nina or Nina on the server as well, I believe. But I don't think she's done anything just yet.
Mm.
But I definitely need to get to know some of the new people because I have been kind of absent lately. I'm just going to check out Tiny's little sky area, see if he's gotten much more work done on it. I think he's focusing on his castle hotel area right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, whenever he's been on recently, he's been dying a lot from falling. So.
Oh, that's not just recently, trust me. I think he gets distracted easily and forgets about the shift key, and he just never has good equipment on him
I fall
in
off
general.
things all the time. I should
I
donate
fair.
dirt to him. I've got quite a bit of dirt,
Oh,
and
yeah, I suppose.
because my shovel is silk touch, a lot of it is actually grass blocks. So
Oh, nice. That saves a little bit of time. Nah, I'm not going to bother lighting all this up. There's so much to do here.
I
Yeah,
can
he's
see
got.
why he's making this only one thick, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
does mean a single creeper goes off and it just blasts the hole straight away.
Well, in the first couple times I came up here to visit, he had almost nothing lit up, so there were just more creepers than you could imagine. I was just
Is
like, yeah, I'm not going to hang around here.
is this being built mainly over an ocean?
Yes, it's
Well, that's
right
good.
off spawn almost. I think if you're over by where the portal is, you can see the spawn area. Yeah, mostly ocean. There was one island that I guess he kept falling on and dying on, so I think he kind of shaved the top off of it. Why can I not see spawn? Is my Render distance not set correctly. I went
Um,
far. I can usually see it from here.
it's
Weird.
slowly
Oh.
loading up for me.
Hmm. Maybe try my little F3A thing to force it loading. I don't know. Not important. But yeah, I think this is gonna be really cool. I should probably help out with this a little bit more.
Does he have like a materials chest somewhere here?
The only chest I know of is back by the portal here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I donated a decent amount of grass, or not grass, of dirt to him at one point. Yeah, it looks like a lot of it's still here. Because I had been working on that, the end area, trying to grass everything over and whatnot, and I had a lot left over.
Ah, so you
Yeah.
were the one responsible for that.
Yes, it was
There's a lot of landscaping work there.
it was a work of passion though, because I find the end to be very bland and boring, so I wanted to spruce it up a little bit.
Hmm.
The most of the work was in trying to get everything lit up to prevent the Enderman from spawning and ruining everything.
Yeah.
I
And
managed to find this really cool mod that would show you what the light level is on each block. So I was
okay.
able to walk around and look for all the light level 7 blocks and, torch them up and stuff,
D-
which is extremely
Is
helpful.
is that like a visual thing that you can actually see at a distance what the light levels are?
At a decent distance, it didn't go out very far.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
mean,
you just
because
see
you
like a green 8 or a red 7 or something.
okay,
It's really nice.
because you can see the block level with F3, but to be able to
Right.
see it at a distance is useful.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, is just walking around with the F3 on, which is really annoying and not all that efficient. So the mod really helped out with that.
Hmm.
Well, you know what? Once I get a really nice pick, I'm gonna go over to your base and I'm gonna be digging like nobody's business.
Well, fair enough. If you could just dump any resources you find in one of my chests,
Oh, absolutely.
then I'd be
Unless
very
I find
grateful for the
diamonds, I'm
help.
keeping those. No, just kidding. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out and get some lunch 'cause it's about that time here where I am.
Hmm.
What time is it for you right now? You're over in the Britain area, aren't you?
Yep. I'm in the Britain area. It's 8:15, so
Oh,
I'll
okay.
be around a bit longer. I've got to try and get to bed at a reasonable time today.
It's not a terrible time difference. I know if I want to do anything with Logscraft, he's 13 hours ahead of me, so it's almost impossible. It has
Okay,
to be like early morning for me at some point.
so where are you based? What
I
area?
am in the United States, the Midwest United States.
Okay,
So
so you're
Central
currently,
Time, as we call it.
are you 7 hours behind?
Let's see if it's about 2:15
Because
for
you've
me.
not gone to British summertime yet, have you?
I don't even know what that is.
Well, it wouldn't be British summertime.
Yeah,
Summertime,
we have daylight savings time and stuff
that,
like that.
that's the one.
Yeah, we've switched already.
Oh, okay. So you're 6 hours difference now.
Yes, if it's 2:15 for me and you said it's 8 something for you.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, you're 6 hours ahead.
yeah.
Not too terrible.
Nope. But
British summertime though.
I mean, PMS Proxy did invite me to maybe join you both on your next adventure map type thing.
Oh, that could be cool. Ah,
So
a wild Ryan Fry appears.
so it would have to be, we'd have to sort of start about 10 o'clock my time.
Yeah, true. Because I don't get back from work until usually around 5:30 my time, which would be kind of
Mm.
late for you. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, it might have to be on weekends or something only.
Very true. But that'd be fun though. The more the merrier.
Mm.
Does Ryan have like a cow skin? What's
I
going on here?
don't know, he's wearing armor.
I'm just gonna say hi to him.
Have you noticed the propensity for Minecraft players to randomly and mindlessly jump on top of things when they're bored?
I have noticed that and participated in that.
It's like I'm watching someone's Let's Play and they're just sort of talking to the audience and they spend all their time just doing this.
It's one of those mindless things like mining that you can do while you're
I
trying to
know.
talk about something.
I try and break myself of the habit and just treat my point of view, as a camera.
Yeah, it's
So I
something
like
you
look
really
at
have to
something
stay mindful
interesting
of.
and then I'll just keep it nice and steady while I talk.
Ah. Oh, it's raining melon. Thank you, Ryan. Have some meat. All right, well, I'm gonna go head out, but hey, it's been fun hanging out.
Yeah, sure,
And I
thanks.
hope to see much more of you in the future. Maybe we can,
Hmm.
cause some trouble on the server at one point.
Yeah, I think I'll make us.
What are you gonna make?
I'm just saying that I think I'll make a little more progress on my double helix.
Oh yes, you have a lot of work ahead of you.
Hmm.
If you ever need any materials besides, the stuff you dig up, feel free to let me know. I've got plenty around that I'm not using.
Sandstone would be nice.
I think I have some sandstone. I'll have to double check.
Fair enough.
I haven't done a lot of stuff in deserty areas though. Oh yeah, speaking of which, before I head off, are you going to be interested in Feed the Beast?
I've got my own little Feed the Beast server actually.
Ah, nice. Would you want to get in on a cost Feed the Beast, or is one enough for you?
Well, I was going to offer to people, on the cost server to come to the to my Feed the Beast, but I didn't want everyone abandoning this server or Tiny to think I was stealing,
Right.
people away. But if he's thinking of starting a Feed the Beast server, then maybe it will be cheaper all round if we just use my one. So I might have a
Could
word with
be.
him about it.
Yeah, feel free to. He's been talking about it for a while, but he was concerned that, people would just totally vacate the main server because I can see myself doing that too, because there's just so much more stuff in Feed the Beast.
Hmm.
But it might be fun though. It'd give me a little kind of a refresher of Minecraft and have a whole new world to explore and everything. So it could be good.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Well, I will catch you next time, man. Have fun
Okay.
with Ryan over here, bouncing around on stuff.
Yep.
We'll see you around.
Okay. Bye bye. Okay, so I've got both the circles down. But I don't want these to be solid because, as I said, this is going to be a double helix going up into the sky. So I've got to work out how to do this. And that's the tricky thing. Basically, I need a rising platform that's preferably a smooth curve going all the way up. And I'm not quite sure how to do that. I mean, obviously, there could be... The platform could start there. See, I could do that, or I could do it out of half slabs. The problem with doing it out of half slabs is it's then going to be a lot trickier to add stuff like water and the rail carts. But it might be too steep. I mean, I think it needs to go up by one for each of these outer ones. So that and that are going to be lower. Then that one's there. But you see here we've got the issue that, well, that one needs to be there. And then that one's going to be like that. Oh! The annoying thing with holes in the ground that aren't filled in properly. See, that's going to be pretty steep. I mean, by the time we get to the other side, it's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be 23 in the sky by the time we get to here. And that's only a half circle. So I think I do have to go with half slabs on it. So, let me get some half slabs. It will have the advantage of making the resources go a little bit further as well. But one thing I want to find out is if I put two half slabs together, does that look exactly the same as a single solid block? Yes, that's good news. It means I can safely turn everything I've got into half slabs and not worry about it. It means I'll probably be retrieving all of those at some point. But for now, we can put half slab at that height. I need a way out. That one will go at that height. So I think I just follow the half slabs on the outside all the way round, and then I'm just going to have to judge by eye how best to marry them up to here. I mean, this one's simple enough, it's a straight line. Oh, I don't have any arrows on me, so my infinite bow doesn't work without at least one arrow. I've got to finish securing that with the fence. So yeah, so I continue that half slab on the outer one, and then I try and line it up as best I can on this inner one. So like that will go like that. And then this might go in one or two. Of course, this one's going to be even higher and might sort of take priority. Whatever, I'll work on that off camera. I think I've got plenty of footage now, especially with the random chatterings I had with Cthulhu Too. So I will see you next time. Bye bye.